Hi again, this is Sheryl Iott, author of Thinking and Playing Music, Intentional Strategies for Optimal Practice and Performance. I am here today to demonstrate examples 7.7 and 7.8 from the book. These are discussing using chunking strategies to work from chunking to gesture in places that are perhaps a little bit intricate or physically challenging, so that we can consciously think in chunks and then work on the physical gesture needed to put in those finer details. So the first example is from measure 66 to 69 in the Prelude to Pour le Piano. Actually, both of these examples are from the Prelude to Pour le Piano by Debussy. And you can see this starts over here on the left, that it begins with this third measure from the example. And what's written is quite complicated, this gesture between the hands can be quite difficult to execute. So we can practice it in chunks, and in some ways this is a little bit more difficult, maybe this example in particular, a little bit more difficult to execute actually in chunks in some ways, because the alternating octave gets out of your way. So you might be tempted to practice it like this, where you get to keep moving your hands back and forth depending on which hand has the black keys. But this is a really good example of where knowing what your end result is going to be plays into how you practice it. Because when you play it like this, you're not gonna have time to do that like that. So we actually have to practice it keeping our right hand tucked under our left hand the whole time. So we're a little more awkward here, but I'm just finding my note pairs. So this is just going up chromatically up in octaves, and this is moving up chromatically in major seconds. So I put that together. I might actually keep practicing with the chunks or the blocks in my right hand, but now I'm going to play the left hand octaves. And then if I can do my little trill gesture, this is not too hard to do. So that's a good example of working from chunks to the gesture. Another example is from the same piece. I'm going to move that up just a tiny bit there, where we have these, where you have to get that up, 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 down, or this one. And again, we can practice those in chunks. So I can practice this 1, 2, 3, 3. And so I want to make sure I'm thinking the whole chord. And then the gesture is up, 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 down. So if I'm thinking this, and then up, 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 down. And then the same thing for the next gesture, which is these 3 chords, and then down, up, down, up, down, up. So again, chord first, gesture. So it's a really good way to make sure we're thinking in as big of chunks as possible by actually practicing in those chunks. And then just a little bit of work on that physical gesture is often all that's needed. So I hope you find this helpful. Please post any comments or questions or requests for other demonstrations in the comments below this video. And thanks so much for watching. See you next time.